Hi y'all, it's me, Darla G, and I'm gonna show y'all, do a tutorial on how to make this. So I wanted to show y'all first though, because normally I have the camera turned down, so I can't really do this because it's just from about 1.5 feet from the floor and down. So anyway, this is what it's gonna look like. All right, let's get to it. All right, so I have already pre-cut all the strips. We're gonna do purple fading to white. This is like the purple color of a school around here called Alvarado. So if you wanna know what color purple that I'm using, because my lights here are terrible, I know. It's like a orangish yellow glow, and especially when I put it on top of this green mat, it really does not do well. Okay, these are cut at just slightly over 6 inches. I'm sure they would look just fine at 6 inches because it's like 6 1/8. So probably to make it easy, you could just do 6 inches and that would be fine. 7/8 inch, and I have purple and white. The white's gonna go under. You're putting the flat sides together and line them up as best as possible. And then I just kind of go like this to the sides. I usually don't try to do it from here because then these two can get kind of wonky, uneven. So what I do to line everything up is I hold right here, tap on the sides first, and then make sure that's mostly lined up. The next thing I do is, so I don't have a bunch of staples, I just clip that. I grab the next set of strips. Same thing. Put them together. Flat sides, so the shiny side out, the shiny side out. The purple's going to go on the outside. Now, one thing I am going to do, because I want this to look precise, is I'm going to trim when the inside end is longer than the outside end. So you see how my white pokes through? And really, you only have to do that with one side. Let me tell you why. Because only one side, you'll do one side over the other. So that's why. So I'm just going to snip that. Whoop. That's close enough. All right, once again, I kind of do that to line it. And then just make sure it's good there. Now take this. This one will be under since it's not exact. I didn't trim off the ends there. And that. Now you're going to make it as square as possible. Meaning 90-degree angle here, squared off. The more squared you get it, the better I think that the herringbone look will be. And I'm sure, it would probably be fine if you got a little off, as most things are. We usually are some of the only ones that notice things like that. Okay, and I probably would never even notice it in someone else's. All right, so then I take the stapler and I just put the staple towards the top, but middle. There you go. There's number one. See, it's pretty square. And set it to the side, and I do my second one. Same thing. We're doing the flat sides together. And I just use that to hold it because I don't want a ton of staples. And I'm just going to make sure that one looks mostly perfect because, again, one is going to cover the other. One is going to go over the top of the other. And the way I like to do it is, since this one I have the right one over the top of the left, I like to do the opposite on the next. I don't think it matters, really. It's just what I do. Okay. So now you have the two. You can even just clip it there if you want. It doesn't matter about the back because the back is going to be stapled onto your ribbon, on your back ribbon that holds it all, if you're doing it the same way I am. Whoops, there we go. Okay, it looks pretty square. So, the next color is, well, I'm going to pay attention to that because the next color is going to be, this is supposed to be light purple, but it's actually more of a pink color, but light purple is what I'm going for here. And it can almost look lilac in a certain light. But anyway, let me go ahead and trim that guy. Remember, flat sides together, shiny sides out. And I'm just going to make sure I can't see the pink. I'm sorry, the white through the other side. And I want that to be as square as possible. And see, that little guy is driving me nuts. There we go. Okay. Y'all, both of my younger children, the 2-year-old and the 6-month-old, are sick with the upper respiratory again. My baby, my 6-month-old, was sick with it 3 weeks ago, almost a month, and now she's sick with it again. She had to go in an ambulance to the hospital from the urgent care. They said that they didn't recommend us driving her because she needed oxygen to breathe properly. And so that was an ambulance trip. And my son did the same thing, but in June. Well, my son got sick with it now, but it's not RSV. In June for my son, it was RSV. But a couple weeks ago when my daughter went up there, they tested for RSV and it wasn't RSV, but they said that it's an upper respiratory very similar, and that Cook's Children's, which is where we were at, is just so overcrowded right now because of that, with a ton of children, small children. So anyway, they're sick with it again, and so we're dealing with that. And I'm a little, I don't know, maybe I got it a little bit. I don't really feel bad at all, though. Just a little hoarse and slightly runny nose. But my baby is just, oh, it sounds terrible. I feel so bad. My son, he's okay. He's already on the upswing of it, and he didn't get super sick this time like last time. So anyway, if I sound a little funny, that's why. Okay, so here we go with our lighter color. And again, I'm switching, so this one's going on top. And, you know, if you need to do staples on each one just to make it quicker or easier, you're more than welcome. I just don't like to do that many, and I've had enough practice where I'm fine with that. Sometimes it's easier to start with doing staples in both just to make sure that you get them both right. Okay. And let's get the second one of the pink going. I almost paused it and just did it off camera, but I thought, well, might as well just do it on camera. I might try a live soon, but I rarely have the opportunity when anyone else would be awake because of my children and the activities that we're doing and stuff like that, but we'll see. Oh, there's my baby right there. And see, in live, I wouldn't be able to pause it and go get to her and see what's going on, but it might have been a false alarm. She might have just been crying, made a little cry in her sleep. Poor girl, she's never fussy very much, and right now it's crazy. She's just not feeling well. Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to do this one on top. It looks a little bit more even and flat. And I'm going to line it up here. Looks pretty even. Let's make sure. All right. And then again, I'm just making sure that I'm... But actually, it would be fine because you could just flip it around as long as you made these ends also really nice and neat. So you don't really have to pay too close attention to that. Oops. All right. The last color here is going to be white. White on white. I'm going to trim those guys at the ends. Here we go. So tonight is actually Halloween night, so we went trick-or-treating at my cousin's house. So the kids were really worn out from that. And my 2-year-old easily went to sleep. And so that was great. Just a little random tidbit of information there for you. Okay, there we go. Now there's going to be one more set, I mean. Now, y'all, I did not make this up. This I saw on Spirit of Texas Moms. The graduated colors like this, and I loved it. Excuse me, sorry about that. So please do not think I'm trying to claim this thing as my own creation, because it is not. I'm pretty sure Crafty Bug has some name chains that look similar to this, probably in a little bit bigger ribbon, of course, on these, but I saw this exactly on one of Spirit of Texas Mom's. Not a how-to video. She doesn't really, well, not that I've seen do any how-to videos, or I guess not in the traditional sense. I've caught on her TikTok every now and then she'll kind of show what she's doing on some things. But then sometimes those are taken down. So I don't know. But I do like to look at her. She does some awesome stuff. And if y'all know where to get good quality yet good priced feather boas, please let me know. I know Miss Connie does not care for the boas, but I like them. I don't like them on all of, I wouldn't want them on all of them, but I do like them. But the only ones I've been able to find look pretty cheap quality. Oh, I may have to go check on her, y'all. So if you know where to get any of those, please let me know. Okay, now let's add it to the... Okay, and here is my streamer. It's 1.5 inch. I was going to try it with the 2 inch, but I don't have white and 2 inch. And I thought I did, but I don't see it in my cart. So maybe I didn't have it. I have 2.5 inch, but that's too thick for this. So, all right, the bottom color. We start with the bottom color, and I do them in a downward V so that it looks like a herringbone, and I match it right here. If you want to think of it this way or make it super easy, you can just fold your, pardon me, the end of your ribbon, and make a crease so you can see it. And you might want to make the crease just a little bit longer than that. And I'll show you why. Okay, so I can see my crease pretty far up. So I can see that this middle, this angle junction here, or line junction, angle, whatever, matches that little spot in the crease. And then the top matches that crease. And so I know it's even. And I'm just gonna I think on the other one I did it the other way though. So let's try that. Okay, turn it to the side. And all right. There's my first purple. Here's my second, and I just line it up as close to exact as I can. I don't even put it down like this, but just so y'all can see. But look at that, it's not even. So if something looks funny, don't just put it exactly just because. You know, like try to get it back centered. There we go. And yep. And then more back this way. I'm going to make sure that it lines up again. Okay. And we're this way. And I just kind of push down a little and make sure it's as snug as possible. And then the last one here. And y'all, this could be done anyway. You don't have to stop at this. I just like, you know, how it looks like if it was dipped in paint, but like graduated up to white from the color of the school all the way to white. So these are the only colors that I have that like this, that would look almost, you know, each shade lighter. Now the only one that looks a little different is this one down here. And I'm going to go down here and just like, you know how you can kind of pull without having to take your whole staple out, and it usually fixes it. Yep, it did. Okay. All right, and here it is. So this is before any bling is added, but I just like I said, it's almost like you dip in paint or something and I don't know, touch a color, and then it fades up to white. So here it is next to the one with the bling already added. You don't have to add bling if you don't want, but I think it definitely needs it. So, but you can check the back and make sure it's tight in the back, like that. I like it to be pretty tight so that it looks like a herringbone. And so here's the blue one, faded to white, and here's the purple faded to white. So, all right, y'all, thanks for watching. And if this helped you at all or you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye, y'all.